This weekend I had the flat all to myself, which meant it was time to combine three of my favorite things: trains, Lego, and beer. What? I'm building a Lego train line that will deliver me beer. And while this is exactly as dumb as it sounds, it actually has precedent in the real world. For more than 100 years, the Milwaukee Beer Line connected numerous breweries as an important and profitable branch line for the Milwaukee Railroad. Schlitz, Pabst Blue Ribbon, and Miller, along with many others, were all served, and at the height of its traffic in the 1950s, the 6-mile branch line moved almost 300 cars a day, carrying ingredients to make beer as well as finished product. It was the busiest section of the Milwaukee Road, which at the time was the 5th largest railway in North America. Then, in the early 80s, both Schlitz and the Milwaukee Road went out of business. Today, the city has converted it into a walking and cycling trail, and while the beer line is no more, Milwaukee still brews a lot of beer. The beer line lives on only in memory, but it is still remembered. Model Railroader even built a fantastic project layout a couple years back, celebrating the gritty industrial landscape that the beer line called home. My beer line is being built because demand for adult beverages will skyrocket during MonoTown's Block Party Festival, which you can learn about in my other videos. Right now, it has 3 customers: Couchford, Fridgeport, and the Brewdog Recycling Center. Full cans of beer depart from Fridgeport bound for Couchford, where they're promptly unloaded. Empty cans are then loaded aboard and taken down the main line, past Star Destroyer Hills, Responsible Citizen Point, the Fog Machine, yes, a fog machine. Check out our other videos to learn why. And finally, arrive at the Brewdog Recycling Center where they're unloaded. MonoTown has awarded a monopoly for all beer traffic to the beer line in order to stimulate investment in this much-needed infrastructure. Therefore, beer can only be shipped via rail. Also important to the beer line's financial future is selling advertising rights along the main line and within MonoTown. After a furious bidding war that involved hundreds of companies, the winners were Edinburgh's Belfield Brewery and Scotland's Brewdog. Both companies have recently completed a rebranding, and it's speculated that MonoTown is a key new market for both. Now it's time for construction to begin, and we're going to need track. A lot of track. Maybe more track than we realized. We run out of track just a couple miles from Fridgeport, and things swiftly devolve into a media frenzy of finger-pointing and accusations of financial impropriety. After consultation, engineers clear the use of legacy track dating back from the 80s, and the line can be finished. Because legacy track connects differently to modern track, extra testing commences on the critical junction point. With the line complete, it's time to refit our freight cars to haul beer. And importantly, we need to be able to accommodate different size cans to cater to the refined and discerning tastes of MonoTowners. And now it's time for a ride. Specific attention is also paid to reports of giant animals prowling the wild lands traversed by the beer line. While completely uninterested during construction, these animals are growing more aggressive by the day, and teams of specialists are deployed on every train to monitor aggression levels. Public opinion polls are sky high after the beer line commences operations, and the service scores particularly highly with tourists who aren't used to the efficient, environmentally friendly, and reliable service. Hopefully, like Milwaukee's beer line, the MonoTown Beer Line is a permanent fixture for at least 100 years. Cheers, everyone.